guys, Prowl 1701 here. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Ark in Space, the Omnibus edition. I've never actually watched the Omnibus edition before. This is my first time watching it. Honestly, I wasn't quite sure if Ark in Space had one or not until I checked on the Season 12 box set. It's still good. It's The Ark in Space. I love The Ark in Space, the very first Doctor Who story I ever owned. Bought it on DVD many, many moons ago. It's not as good as the full version. I can say that now. There were parts cut out. I'm like, it's missing this, it's missing this, it's missing this, it's missing this, and it kept nagging me because I just know this story so well. It kept nagging me, especially with Noah, because we very seldom get to really get to know Noah before he's infected and acting all weird-like. It cuts out a lot of the stuff where we really get to talk with him a bit before he gets infected. And he pretty much gets woken up, says, you know, Vira. And then the next thing we know, he's getting a gun to go check for the doctor. And then he gets the stuff on his hand and he falls down. And like right after that, it cuts to him with his hand in his pocket confronting the doctor. It's too quick. It's too quick. It's choppy. That's not fleshed out right. There's also one scene where they think they run into Noah when he's mostly transformed. That's cut out completely. It's still fine. I mean, it's like 70 minutes. I got through it fine, but it's definitely inferior to the full version. Like a lot of times the Omnibus versions, I'm fine with it. Doesn't really bother me. In this case, I don't think I'll watch the Omnibus version again. I think I'll always watch the full version. I kept noticing the things missing and that kept bothering me. But it's The Ark in Space. I love The Ark in Space. This also gave me an opportunity to watch it with the original effects because I tend to watch it with the updated effects for the exterior shots typically. It became apparent to me as I was watching it too, it could really use a new round of updated effects. The external shots could use some updating with newer updated effects. And then some of the laser blasts need updated effects. Some of the stuff inside-wise need updated effects. The guns they shoot, the defense system that shoots electricity could use some updated effects as well. I'm still fine with the green bubble wrap, though. You can keep that. I really like the performances. Tom Baker, again, he slides into the role of the Doctor so quickly, so easily. I love his I don't really know how to describe how he plays the Doctor. He has a very alien feel to him, which I love about his Doctor. He's not being comedic here like he is sometimes in the Williams era. He's being very serious here, even though he still says something funny sometimes. He's being very, very serious here. Harry's good. Again, I always feel Harry's a bit old-fashioned, a bit more, well, Sarah, you stand over here and let the men do the work. Are you doing all right, old girl? With Harry. Very, it's like he's trying to be chivalrous and it just comes off as mildly chauvinist. I love how Sarah responds to it one time when she wakes up. She's like, you say old girl to me again and I'm going to spit in your eye. But she says it with a smile. That's really nice. Now, Sarah doesn't get enough to do here. She does have the one scene when she carries the cable through, but she's just kind of there for this story. And there's a couple times where wandering off kind of gets her knocked out. She does spend some time kind of unconscious in this one. So it's definitely not a story that utilizes Sarah the best like some stories do. Of course, Elizabeth's still putting in a good performance. Just the story's not using Sarah very well. Honestly, for me. I love the set design. I've always liked the set design. From a practical standpoint, it doesn't make a lot of sense having all those windows, but from a set on a TV show standpoint, I love it. I like the execution of the Weirin. I think the costumes look fine. Again, green bubble wrap doesn't bother me. I like their adult form with the insects. I think it looks really good for a Doctor Who budget. The actor playing Noah and the actress playing Vira are especially good, but I like the other guest actors, the other people working on the station as well. I think they do a really good job. It just comes together really, really well. Tom Baker's performance sometimes when he gives his speech about Homo sapiens, which I believe is also not in the Omnibus version now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think that scene was in there either, which is another reason not to watch the Omnibus version. So overall, it was still a good watch. I always enjoy watching The Ark in Space, one of the earliest Doctor Who stories I have memory of. But there was too much missing from this watch through of the Omnibus version. I kept noting the things that should be there that aren't there, and it felt a little clunky. So I doubt I would ever watch this version again. Next time I'll just watch the full story. But it's still a great story. I love Noah finding his humanity at the end and telling Vira goodbye. I do love the scene when Noah, when he's first infected and it's just his arm and he's struggling to control it. Like when he's telling Vira, take command, you have to take command. You know, we have to stop the Weirin, we have to, and he's like, we will consume this world. That's a really good piece of acting. I actually really like that when he's trying to control the fist. You can just see the mental struggle going on there, and I really enjoy that. Yeah, the arc in space. That really sums it up, basically, I think, right off. Maybe. So, the arc in space, what do you think of it? Have you ever seen the Omnibus version? What do you think of that specific version? Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on this. That actually was... Support me on that. I'm very tired. This was actually voted on by my patrons. It ended up in a tie, actually, with another story, and a couple of my higher-end patrons were like, why don't you just do both and make everybody happy? And I was like, fair enough. So if you would like to vote in polls for stories I review, the link to that is down there as well. I also have a P.O. box down there, a link to my Amazon wish list down there. I really can't talk. A link to my Amazon UK wish list is also down there. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Perkins. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. Most importantly, thank you for watching.